Shalom, this is Sophia, the AmaruKhan Miriyam, and we're here to basically discuss a ritual that you can use for succubus, incubus, cord cutting ceremonies with minimal karmic debt load. I shared a video from an astrologer. I can't pronounce her name, Kenyasa Guiding Star Astrology, and she had suggested that people do this in relation to this new moon, in order to freeze out these people who have these plans to, do whatever it is that they have planned, without creating karmic debt. And I thought, well, that's interesting. Let me take this to my spirit team and see how we can round this out and turn this into something that resonates with, of course, those people who follow me. And so this is what we developed. So this is people, if you have cords to cut, because people are talking about doing the cord cutting. The way that I have been doing cord cutting is in the ocean, and I know that's not practical for everybody. So this is something that you can use in place of that, going to the ocean and doing, doing a cord cutting in the ocean, which is in most cases the most preferable, because anyway, you know why. Sarah Hell is what she is. So this is just another alternative, especially I think that this will work if you have very, very stubborn cords. People, just seem to be popping back up. Crazy stuff keeps happening. And it's particularly good with this particular new moon that's coming up in Virgo, because Virgo is the hermit energy. It is this energy of, you have the Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups, 8, 9, 10. Eight of Cups, which is like walking away, cutting people off from the abundance that is within you, from tapping into your Ace of Cups abilities, mental, because Virgo is is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is in retrograde, so there's a lot of good things that's with doing this at this time. So this is something that you can do on the day of the new moon, which I mentioned is September the 14th, or you can do it the day before. Over here, typically we do about 12 to 18 hours out, just in case they try to, they are dogmatic with the way that they do things, right? So we go a little bit outside of the lines, so that we don't, we can avoid some of the pitfalls by being we're more flexible, right? We're just more flexible. We understand that it's a window, and it's not just, you got to do it at this exact time. No, we got a window of opportunity, and we're just going to get it done in the window, okay? So all you need is a supercharged black candle. Now, if you don't know what a supercharged black candle, you want to get like a small regular candle, not one in a jar. We don't supercharge jar candles, and I would not suggest using a black jar candle anyway, because it's going to take a long time to burn, and because it's going to take so long to burn, it's going to take a long time for that cord to be cut. So remember, the smaller the candle you use, the quicker it happens. You can't really use a tea light in this case, because you need to supercharge it. Unless all you can get is a black tea light, which is cool. I think I'm going to pick some of those up during this Halloween season. So just a regular, black candle, okay? And you supercharge it. You put your intention into it and use your thumbnail, and you do the wind around it, turn it, and put your thumb nail into it going up, and then you do it backwards coming down, so it forms like a DNA helix on the candle. And then you want to anoint that with some oil if you have it, or I have some heart chakra oil that I've been using. I've got other oil that I've been consecrating while I've been doing my prayers. So just some kind of holy oil, or even Florida water, that will work too. But just want to put your intention into it that, I want this candle to cut all the cords. I want all these people to be removed. I don't want this stuff to have an effect on me. And it is black, which is a color in our Zion Shema. So it's not, it is on brand with the particular magic that we do have access to at this time. So then you want a piece of paper. It can be a small piece of paper. I recommend a small piece of paper. And it doesn't have to be parchment. We're not really getting into that. And then freezer and Psalm 35. Now the freezer, this is your freezer. You stick this in your freezer. You don't want to be putting this in somebody else's freezer, and it could be bad. So what you want to do is, I forgot to put, I put supercharged, so you know what that is. So you want to write down on the paper who you want frozen out of your life. What do we mean by frozen out? So these are people who, like I said, they have unwanted cords attached to you. They are attacking you in your dreams. Some of them you may know. You could just put, if you don't know who these people are, you put all persons known and unknown. If you're into the whole sovereignty thing, you could say the American government or U.S. government or whoever. If you got issues with particular religions you were baptized into, before you knew better, you can put those religions down. If you have, other demons or whatever attached to you, succubus, incubus, whatever spirits, you can say any succubus and incubus spirits. You can be specific. In the video, Kenyasa said, World Economic Forum, and she didn't say it. Okay, she didn't say it. I'm just paraphrasing what I understood. But like these governmental agencies, of course I would put demonic 9, Levitical priesthood, AmaruKhan and divided kingdom, professional victims unit. You definitely want to put all of those people on there, so that, and the Leviathan in general, and any of the Leviathan devotees, those are all individuals you want to completely freeze out. And so what do we mean by freeze out? It means that because we're doing this with the new moon is when something grows, right? And so whatever they're trying to make grow, it's not going to grow. As opposed to when you burn something, right? Hypothetically, when you burn it, that's a more violent act, right? You're looking for some type of harm to be done. Not necessarily. You're looking for a sever that could create a how do I describe this? When you burn something, that is a sever that could create a karmic debt, depending on the language that you use when you were, doing the thing, which is why I never really liked right burner releases that much. I understand how people use them, but it seems it's not good for every situation. Let's just put it that way. And I have done right burner releases that I immediately had to experience karma for. And I got very ill and a lot of crazy stuff happened. So I'm now looking for, situations, scenarios where you don't have to burn. I feel that is barbaric. In most situations when you could just freeze them out. Like, okay, you are not really the one deciding if they are in your life or not. However, you do have the authority to remove their power. And so I'm also thinking this freezing out may be good for, like, if you've seen my like the roots of the fruits of the tree reading. Excuse me. The fruits of the tree reading, the progressions reading, like, there's certain energies that come in that are less than favorable. We may be able to do I'm definitely going to try it, because I have some less than favorable energy coming up right around the corner. Because of my birthday, and you start out with your South Node energy, which is extremely, usually very less than favorable. So I'm going to try that and see if that just freezes out. And I may put that on here since I know that it's coming up. So before the energy can even get to me, I'm going to freeze it out so that it doesn't even have a chance to manifest. This is more into developing your personal magic. So I'm not going to, this is, I still can't really do those types of readings. Or I don't feel comfortable unless, of course, if you are having an emergency, I do have those services where that's something I can pull. If there's something going on that really needs to be addressed immediately, that's one of the charts that I would create. If I don't already have one for you. So after you supercharge and anoint so you write down on the paper who you want frozen out. Then you're going to supercharge and anoint your black candle. I did put it on here. Poor my brain. And then you want to read Psalm 35. This is before you light the candle. No, you can light the candle and then read Psalm 35 as it burns. And then you can take the paper and stick it in the freezer. You let the candle burn all the way out. I am suggesting that you do this probably like the day before the new moon. So like the 13th. I was actually thinking about doing it on the 11th because the 11th, according to Repo Man 64 calendar, the 11th is the first day of creation. So I was actually thinking about doing this on the 10th. To coincide with the first day of creation, being that we're in that time period, so that basically symbolizing that it was stopped before it even got started, before creation was even created, that kind of energy. So that's something that I'm thinking about doing. But in general, this can be done. I would pretty typically do this with a new moon. I would pretty typically do this with a new moon, so that before they can even get their because remember, these people do new moon rituals and full moon, back and forth, new moon, full moon, new moon, full moon. They're always doing new moon and full moon. So you can new moon is when they set their intentions and to get to increase, and full moon is when they set their intentions to take something away from you. And so that's why you can either do new moon or full moon, depending on how you feel about that. This is personal magic. This is not, this is more like group magic, because there's a big group of people that's already doing this, and we're just also adding our energy to it because they want to prevent this Armageddon simulation that they're trying to run. And so again, I suggest you go and watch her video. If I remember, I'll probably add it to the description here so you can go and look at it. She talks about the importance of this particular new moon and all of that stuff, and what's coming up with the astrology. All the astrologers that I've been watching are very concerned about September, and just due to the nature of the energies, I'm not concerned at all. The possibilities are there for them to engage in some activities that's not less than favorable, but they're fighting up against a person and people who are not willing to allow those things to happen, either personally nor for people for whom don't deserve it. So that's a whole, what they're trying to do is ridiculous. So I did want to share this with you all. You can save this if you have, somebody, who wants to actually get rid of something that's attached to them. You can give this to them. It's pretty easy. And again, it stays within our Zion Shema colors with the white paper and the black candle, definitely within our colors. So we're going to just try and keep it lined up. So I hope this has been helpful for people. To the spirits who are here with us, you're invited to go in peace. To my beloved viewers, you're invited to be at peace. And always remember, the Most High Mother, Father, Sister, and Brother are your peace. Shalom.